Welcome back, Wolfpack. Today's lesson is on the tangent ratio. Our essential question is, how can you find a missing side or angle of a triangle? And our lesson objective is that you're going to be able to use trigonometric functions to find missing angles and sides in triangles. And I love the information that we're going to be learning the next couple of lessons. To me, it really is the heart of geometry, although we're talking, I guess, technically about trigonometric functions. But it's a lot of fun, and I hope you will think so too. So first of all, you will need a calculator. If you have an iPhone, click the calculator app and then turn it sideways for the scientific calculator. You can use that. I'm sure Android has a scientific calculator on it as well. If you're, using your Chromebook, you can Google scientific calculator, but you do need a calculator that has the tan, sine, and cosine buttons on it. So it'll say like SIN, COS, and TAN. So you need your calculator to have those functions on it. So first of all, we're going to talk first about the tangent of something. And we can find the tangent of an angle when we have the length of the leg that's opposite that angle and the length of the leg that's adjacent to that angle. So for example, if this is angle A right here, this angle, I can find the measure of that angle, whether it's 2 degrees or 5 degrees or 93 degrees. If I have the length of the leg that's opposite, so opposite is across from it, and the length of the leg that is adjacent to it, next to it. So opposite, and adjacent. And we'll learn a phrase our next lesson, but part of that phrase is TOA. TOA. We'll say TOA. You'll hear me say TOA a lot in class. TOA means tangent is opposite, adjacent. TOA. So that's how you remember. What sides am I working with and in which order? Okay, so tangent is T, and then opposite, adjacent. TOA. Okay, so that's the first step. So find the tangent ratios of each angle. Write each ratio as a fraction and as a decimal rounded to the nearest hundredth. So again, I'm going to write the phrase TOA up here. So tangent is opposite over adjacent, because we're actually finding the tangent ratio. Tangent ratio. So tangent A. So we're looking at angle A. So the side that's opposite angle A is 10. The side that is adjacent to angle A is 24. Now you might say, well, Mrs. Locke, why didn't we use BA, 26? Well, and the reason why we know it's not BA, which is 26 units in length, is because this is a right triangle. All of what we're dealing with right now is trigonometry, right triangles, and so on. And BA is the hypotenuse. Okay, so yes, it may be touching angle A, but it's the hypotenuse, so it is not the adjacent side. Okay, so that's the ratio, but then we also have to write it as a decimal. So you do 10 divided by 24, which is also 0.42 to the nearest hundredth. Okay, and then we have tangent B. So now I'm going to look at tangent B. Erase this right here. So looking at angle B, the side that is opposite goes first. Opposite would be CA, side 24, over adjacent, which is the side that's touching angle B, over 10. That's the ratio as a fraction, and then as a decimal, 2.4. It did say to the nearest hundredth, so I'm going to add that 0 at the end to make it to the nearest hundredth. Okay? Let's go on to example 2. Find the value of x round to the nearest tenth. So here's how we work this out. Okay? So the formula from at the very top of your paper says tan A is the length of the leg opposite of the angle. So opposite over adjacent. Okay? So we actually, A meaning the angle. Okay? So we actually have the angle amount. So tan of angle 29. So tangent of 29 degrees is opposite. Okay, so here's my angle. The side that's opposite that is x over adjacent. The side that's adjacent is 5.4. Okay. How are we going to solve for x? What do we have to do to get x by itself? Well, in order to get x by itself, we need to multiply both sides by 5.4. So times 5.4, then in parentheses, times 5.4. Okay. And obviously when we do that, these cancel out. So I'm going to rewrite it nice and neatly. 5.4 times the tangent of 29 degrees is x. And what you're simply going to do is now plug all this in on a calculator. You're going to do inside the parentheses first. So you're going to take your calculator and you're going to make sure that if you're looking at your scientific calculator, above the 0 it says DEG. Okay, if it says something like RAD or GRAD, hit the DRG button on your calculator until it says DEG. Okay, then you're going to type in 29 and hit the tangent button, so TAN. Okay, so 29 tangent, and your calculator probably says something like 0.554309051. Well, that is being multiplied by 5.4. So multiply that by 5.4 times 5.4, and it is 2.9932688878. Well, they want it to the nearest tenth. Well, we have 2.99, so the nearest tenth is here, which that would become a 10, so it actually becomes 3.0. So x is 3.0. Okay, x is 3.0. So you're really, once you get the ratio set up, you're only plugging things into your calculator. Let's do another one. Find x, round to the nearest tenth. So looking at the angle they give me, I'm looking at angle 26. In relationship to that angle, they gave me the opposite side, and they gave me the adjacent side. Okay? So I know that I'm going to be doing the TOA, the tangent ratio, because I have the opposite and the adjacent sides. Once you've learned all three functions, sine, cosine, and tangent, you'll have to decide which function you're going to use. And you're going to decide that based off of the information they give you. So I know that I'm using the tangent function. So the tangent of 26 degrees equals opposite, which is 7, over adjacent, which is x. So we're solving for x. Now, in order to get x by itself, I'm going to have to do some work. First of all, it cannot be in the denominator. It has to be in the numerator, and it has to be by itself. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x. And when I do that, it cancels out here. So now I have x times the tangent of 26 degrees equals 7. But as you can see, x is still not by itself. So now I have to divide both sides by the tangent of 26. Okay? And by doing that, these cancel. So x is 7 divided by the tangent of 26 degrees. Okay? So if you look at what we have at the original, in the original we had x on the bottom right here and tangent 26 right here. So when x is on the bottom and we are trying to get it by itself, all it does is that they simply switch places. This goes here and this goes here. Because look, now x is here and tangent's here. So you don't have to multiply both sides by x and then divide both sides by tangent 26. You can say, okay, when I multiply both sides by x, and then when I divide both sides by the tangent, or whatever trigonometric function it is, it ends up being, all they do is simply switch places. Okay? So on your calculator, you're going to type in 7 divided by 26, then hit the tangent button, and then you have to press equals. Okay, so again, 7 divided by 26, don't press equals yet, so 7 divided by 26, press tangent, it says 0.487732, so on, and then press equals, because when you did 26 and then hit tan, that's what 0.48 is showing you. So 0.4877, that is 26 tan. You have to press equals to finish doing the division. So we have 14.35212 and so on. They went to the nearest tenth, which 3 is in the 10th spot. So 14.4, because 5 tells the 3, hey Betty, you need to go up. And that is your answer. Okay? So I hope this is clear. I hope this makes sense. I think we'll have a lot of fun with this. Please make sure that you have a calculator with you at the start of class, and we will finish the rest of it in class together. Have a great day, guys. See you next class.